Okay, so let's go there. I want to talk about Heated Rivalry because one, it's what everyone's talking about, and two, it is worth talking about as well. It is so much more than just a show with pretty people in it. It's more than just a romantic comedy, which, by the way, is something we all need. We need more of that. We need more feel-good movies and TV shows and just things to keep us sane and keep us going, and to help us remember that, you know, there are still lots of beautiful, beautiful things in this world. There's still magic. Magic does exist. Love does exist and all that. And anyway, I want to go there. But so when I eat with you, I have tapsilog, which is a traditional food at home. So it's tapa, which is this beef meat, and it has eggs and rice. And I also have some soup, which is beef sinigang, is my favorite. And it's perfect because I also want comfort tonight. So let's dig in. Bon appetit. So yeah, I want to talk about how Heated Rivalry is a spiritual experience for me. It was, and I do not regret watching it. I do not regret being influenced and giving into watching it, because quite honestly, it is something very relevant to me, and it's very relevant to a lot of people in a lot of ways. So anyway, so I'm gonna start off with a good bite. So the perfect bite is you get the meat and then the egg and then rice, and you eat it together. Cheers, my loves. God damn, that's so good. Wow. Okay. I'm so happy I ordered it. Okay. Going back. I'm gonna put some salt on the egg. I think I'm on my little face now, so I'm just looking for more comfy and heavy food. And I also have Aquarius. This is an orange hydration drink. So, first of all, it is no doubt that everyone is beautiful. All the cast, it's casted pretty well, you know, from Hudson and gosh, I'm gonna fuck up the names, but anyway, Ilya and Shane, right? And then everyone else, even the parents, even their friends, it was just so perfect. Okay, but I have a controversial opinion that I'm gonna talk about in a bit. I'm gonna just take this bite. Okay, honestly, I haven't watched a new show in a while. I've always been going back to my comfort shows like The Office and Brooklyn Nine-Nine and BoJack Horseman, like all those shows that I've always loved, because it's really rare for me to continue finishing a show that I started, especially if it's something that doesn't interest me. Like I don't want to talk about. But yeah, I haven't seen Stranger Things. I think I started it, but I don't know. I didn't like it. But everyone's saying it's good, so I'll give it another shot. But anyway, so yeah, I think the last show that I watched and finished was Overcompensating. So that was really funny. I love that, and it's just such a feel-good show. And yeah, so this is the first show that I watched in a long time, and I did not regret it. And honestly, I want to watch it again. I've seen a lot of people saying that, you know, they rewatch it 5 times, and I feel like that's gonna be me. And we need more healthy relationship shows like that. Like, Nobody Wants This, and it's just so refreshing to have a show that isn't toxic. And I love, okay, there's gonna be spoilers here, yeah, and I love how it ended. I love that it ended on a good note, and I love that they didn't leave us hanging on a weird note, on a sad note. It was such a happy, beautiful ending, and we need more of that. Okay, we need more of that, especially today. Honestly, I was influenced because I was watching a lot of videos about the Golden Globes, and then I saw that they were really huge. Everyone's talking about them, so I'm like, what's the deal with this? And then I started seeing videos of it everywhere, and okay, I'm convinced. Usually that's how I get convinced to watch shows, when I find really funny or interesting clips about it. And I was hooked. I was really hooked. And I gotta admit, because they look cute as well, and I'm like, okay, I want to see what the fuss is all about, you know? Just get on with it. And then I did. I finished it in 2 nights, and I fucking cried. I felt all the emotions. So that's what I'm saying. It's a spiritual experience for me. It's not just a show. It's not just entertainment. It is a spiritual experience, because I learned so much. I realized so much, and I felt so much. I did. It was like a whole acid trip for me. It's so beautiful. So yeah, first of all, they look so cute together, and their chemistry on and off the screen is so beautiful. And the reason why I don't like watching shows is because I get attached easily, and sometimes when it ends, it makes me sad. But this one, it doesn't. It just makes me happy, and I feel like I'm gonna bring that feeling with me for a long time until the next season. So it's not something that makes me, you know, it makes me wanting more in the wrong ways, in bad ways. But yeah, I love this show so much, and I wish I had someone to talk to about it. So I'm gonna talk to you about it, because I convinced my housemate to watch it, and he just laughed at me, and I told him, you laugh now, but I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. And he's like, fine, I'll watch it. They're so beautiful. Okay, the scenes as well, honestly, they're really hot. And as someone who has been staying away from physical contact from other people, it made me feel a lot of things. It made me miss being close to someone, and it made me miss just, yeah, being connected to someone in that way. And it's also more than just about love and sex, you know. It's also about family and friendship and community, and it's a worldwide thing. what a great fucking show. And I haven't read the book, so I'm not gonna say that I know so much about it, but I just watched the show, so I'm gonna go by what I saw and what I watched. It's also just so crazy to me how their whole love story happened in a span of over 10 years, right? So it made me really think about how I connect with people, because I'm really used to I don't want to say love bombing, but I'm used to things moving fast in my life, in my love life, but the thing is, you can't lie about connection, you know? You can know some people for decades and decades, and you would not have that connection with them that you would have with someone you just met a few days ago. No, you would just meet people, and then you would just have contact with them, and then you would just feel something that you've never felt with anyone. Not anyone that you've known for long times. Yeah, so that's one thing. Much like how with Ilya and Svetlana, you know, they were together and they have a good connection, and they're very compatible. They work well together. They're good friends and all that, but the feeling is not there. The connection, that connection is not there. The connection they have. So those kind of things, and even with Shane and Rose, right? It's not that there's anything wrong with either of them. Like, they could be perfect for each other. They get along really well, but not in that sense. Not the way that Ilya and Shane go together and just connect and have. Jeez, so beautiful. And also, how amazing are the women who are just there supporting them in every way. Yes, Svetlana and Rose, and even friends of Scott's boyfriend. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Okay, I just watched it once. Kip. Okay, friends of Kip. Yeah. No. I love just how everyone's just supportive of each other, and there's just so much love in so many forms in that show. And no, and even the love that they all have for their parents, right? Kip, his love for his dad, Ilya, his love for his dad and his family, even though they treat him like that, and the relationship of Shane with his parents, and how they just accepted him, and that moment at the cottage episode where his mom was like, "I'm sorry that I made you feel like you couldn't tell me," and that is just so heartfelt, and it's so beautiful how they just accepted it, and they understood, and they were just there, and there wasn't anything ugly about it. It's just so much beauty. And imagine if we actually live in a world like that, and I really believe that doesn't just exist in books or films or shows, you know. I believe that's possible. I know it's out there. And it's something I want to create as well, for my own community, for my own partnerships, friendships, and family and everything. Okay. Cool. I love watching how people dissect the little details about how Shane is very, very detail oriented, how much they care for each other. Just the softness of it, you know, even though it was both complicated for them at first, you can just feel how they've softened up for each other over the years, and then yeah, it just evolved into this really beautiful, beautiful, soft thing. And when I saw that it only had 6 episodes, I'm like, how can you fit everything in there? I don't think 6 episodes is enough. So as I started watching it, I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna be good. You know, I'm already expecting that it's gonna leave me hanging, and I'm gonna be so frustrated waiting for the next episodes. But no, it was so beautiful, so beautifully made. It ended so beautifully, and I cannot wait for the next one. There wasn't even any toxicity, you know. I mean, there was a bit, but that's just human. But then they admitted to each other how they're all they want, and then just how they become really soft with each other, how soft they treat each other, and it makes me feel all the feelings. But honestly, it set the bar high for me. Like, if it's not like that, if my next relationship or connection is not like that, I wouldn't want to pursue it. I wouldn't want it. I don't have anything if the energy isn't like that, you know. I wouldn't have anything to do with it if it's not like that. And yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, it's not, to me, it's not unrealistic, because it's realistic as fuck. It's the bare minimum. That's how you treat someone you actually love. You know, you don't play games. You fucking don't. Dude, we need to stop with that shit. Anyway. I love it. I miss it. Yeah, and there's something about having a connection that you've built throughout the years, you know? It's like they did have a connection at first, but it's not something that was perfect from the start, you know? No. They have improved throughout the years and just got better and better. How beautiful. How fucking beautiful. And also, honestly, let's be honest. I think the story would have been different if they both weren't rich as fuck. You know, it's gonna be a whole different story, but that's not what it's about. So they didn't have that problem. They didn't have a money problem. So they have other problems, right? Family and shit. So, but I mean, what if they didn't have the cottage? What if they didn't have those places and they didn't meet? It would have been a whole different story, but that's not the story. So let's not focus on that. But to just not think about all those things, you know, money and shit. But yeah, Okay, I want to talk about my controversial opinion. But this is something that I thought about at first and changed my mind. I'm gonna take this bite. This is so good. Okay. And I have my tea. But it's just okay, I'm just thinking about like the little cute moments too as well, you know, for the kissing, the cuddling, and I'm just so touch deprived right now, so whatever. And the little kiss, like give me a kiss on the water. This is the cutest thing. I miss it. I miss being like that with someone, and I miss having someone like that to me. But this isn't about me. Okay. My controversial opinion. When I was watching the show, right, and when we got to the episode about Scott and Kip, I thought, what the fuck is this episode? I didn't want to see them. I wanted to see more of Shane and Ilya. I wanted to actually skip the episode, and it pissed me off for a bit. Okay, okay, sorry about that, but okay, listen. I know you would know that if you watch the whole thing, I ate my words. I ate everything. So by episode 5, I fucking cried. Okay, so if you're gonna say something, just know that I cried at episode 5, and it really changed my mind, and I almost felt sorry for even thinking about that in the first place, because I now know how relevant it is, and it made me realize something, that it's so important to trust the process. Yeah, so I'm saying it's a spiritual experience, because I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, I want to skip this episode. I don't want this. I just want, give me the good stuff. Well, it turns out that is part of the good stuff, and honestly, they're both really cute, and just how Scott is very expressive of how he feels, and that is so beautiful. Just their characters as well, and there's just so much love. And I love Scott and Kit. Okay, I love them. So I'm sorry if I ever thought about that when I was watching that episode about them. But yeah, it really made me think, you know, trust the process. And it made me take a really close look at everything that's happened in my life, and maybe everything that's happening in my life now. Like, I feel like now I'm in this waiting stage again, or this liminal space where not much is happening, because I'm done with my own life, and I'm still living it, kinda. I mean, this is my life now, but also I am headed somewhere next, and I'm still not there yet, and I'm still in liminal space. And it made me think that, you know, sometimes we get really bored and impatient, and we question things, and question the divine timing of why is nothing happening right now? Why is everything so stagnant? And it makes us think that maybe we've failed, or we're on the wrong path, or we're doing something wrong. But it's part of the process. It's part of life. And I'm thinking, like, right now, while I'm in this stage where I just feel so tired all the time, and I want to rest, and I just want to do really minimal action, that the universe is cooking something up that is gonna be so significant in the future. That is gonna be so significant in my next journey, and that's how I saw it. That's how I saw that episode about Kip and Scott. That, you know, it's not about it's a pause. It's a little break from the main story, but also it's part of the main story, because without their story, Shane would, I mean, Ilya wouldn't have come to the cottage, and the whole thing wouldn't have happened, and they wouldn't. It's so beautiful, and I actually cried. Like, I actually cried in that episode when Scott kissed Kip in front of everyone, and it made me feel so much feels, and God, I love that. I love everyone. I love the whole cast, and I love the whole crew, and everyone who made it, even the book. You know, what a beautiful, beautiful experience that is. That's the thing. That's something I want to tell to everyone when I'm gonna convince them to watch it, is that it's more than just a show about pretty people. But it helps that they're pretty people. And that's the thing. I think when people see things like that, when they think, oh, it's just a show about this hot people, they tend to already assume that it's just gonna be a really shallow piece of entertainment. I mean, even though it is, there's nothing wrong with that, because you would always learn something from it. But anyway, I think people would just assume that, okay, it's just a show about this and that. But no, it's so much more than that. And I really want other people to experience it too. It's so beautiful. And honestly, everyone seems to be the most genuine people that I've seen in a long time in Hollywood, you know? Speaking of that, how about Golden Globes, right? I also just want to talk about how it's just so refreshing to see just women ruling the screen. The host and the interviewer, they both did a good job, so that's also one thing. Makes you think that we're not doomed. It's not the same old shit. It's good to see really positive and beautiful changes in Hollywood and just media and all that. This is really important. I think people tend to lose hope about, you know, all that with everything that's happening, but there's still good people out there. There's still real talent out there, and there's still beautiful content to be shown and things that really matter. Yeah. I don't have dessert. Yeah, it makes me really think that I really want my next connection, my next relationship to be as soft as that or nothing, you know? I will not settle for anything less than that, because I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to be in a toxic relationship. I don't want to be with someone problematic and someone... No. I don't want to be And I was never in relationships like that, because I've always been very protective of my energy, and I don't want to do that to myself, you know. I'd rather be alone than be with the wrong person, or spend so many months or years trying to convince someone to change. But for me, I cut it off the first moment that I sense that this is something I want. Yeah. Anyway. Food, so beautiful. This is so yummy, and I love that. I'm enjoying really good food and talking about a really good show, and I feel so spoiled right now. I was thinking of watching it, but I'll watch it later in bed. Right now, I need to yap about it. I don't know who to talk to about it. I'm gonna ask my best friend and my other friends. But yeah, I've just been in isolation, so I haven't really talked to them. But anyway, I'm gonna meet them soon. I'm just preserving my energy, okay? Oh my god. Oh my god. Motherfucker, they're so good. Wow, colander. Yeah, man, I'm gonna watch it again. Oh wow, this is so good. Oh, thank you. So good. Whoever cooked this, I love you. Shout out to Kabudo. Anyway. That was it for me. I really want to just let that out, and I needed someone to talk to about this. I cannot wait for the next season. I really can't. So until then, I'm just gonna rewatch it and yeah, feel everything again. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk and my yap session. I really appreciate you, each and every one of you, and yeah, I wanna know your juicy takes on it as well. I want to discuss it with someone, so anywho, thanks love.